Okay, well, central to our business here, and this is Monday morning, pretty quiet, early in the morning. Everybody's doing breakfast and all that. This is central to the hub of our business. We call it the chute, and we used to have a thin one, just one table wide, maybe three long, and one side we'd be putting stuff on there and sorting it and putting it in totes and boxes and kind of shooting it off the other way into sorted inventory ready to list. This is like the mega chute, and I think we're going to add 2 more tables to it, maybe some tables or shelves over there to try to get a little more organized in the order processing area. But this is what it is to start with today on The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Welcome, fellow pickers and would-be adventurers. Monday morning, still in my jammies, Dealer here with The Crazy Picker Life. You know, picking doesn't have to be formal. You don't have to wear a suit or tie. You don't have to wear clothes of a garbage man either, but you know, if you want to be in your jammies and keep it real, why not? So Monday morning, that's how it is. Let's see what's happening here. So Jacob, Banana Peeler, was making his way up the steps as I was finishing that intro segment. And what do we got here?
A bunch of orders.
Right. So Monday morning, typically we take Sundays off. Typically Monday morning can be a bunch of orders. I gave you 2 stacks this morning. Soon you're going to be printing these. You know that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Jacob is taking over the shipping department, which is, comes Floppy Wheeler after breakfast and coffee, maybe.
I was going to say, want coffee?
Sure.
Okay. And Banana Peeler assume.
Yep.
Start.
Monday morning coffee.
Coffee.
So the first thing we do with orders, and like I said, Banana Peeler here is basically taking over the order fulfillment. At this point, I gave him some invoices that I printed. I checked the questions to make sure there were no order cancellations or questions on the orders or special requests. And I printed out the orders. How many did we have on the Cannon Guy side?
19.
19. And the way our inventory is set up, Jacob goes downstairs with your computer.
Yep.
And picks all the orders from our bins down there, puts it in a bin, and then brings them up and matches them up. Now sometimes we do get doubles, 2 items or 3 items or 4 items to the same person, and then we've got our notations that we put on our invoices right here. We always put a thank you and sign it that Cannon Guy, even though sort of like Walking Dead, we are all Negan, we are all Cannon Guys. So Banana Peeler. Wheeler's really Cannon Guy. He's the camera guy, but I happen to sign this Cannon Guy, so that's a little inside information that everybody doesn't need to know. Okay, so from there, after you match these up, you know how to pack probably 80% of these, or at least you pack 80% of these by yourself. You've been doing this for how long?
Over a year.
Over a year. And now you're learning, or we're working together on the oversized items, oddball items, $100 over items. The plan this summer is to turn you loose. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, with more responsibility comes more responsibility. Yeah. So you got your insurance out in case you send out something and it gets broken?
No.
I'll have to talk about that. The disclaimer, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'll let Jacob pack here. Now the other thing that we use the chute for, in fact we use the chute for a couple different things. Kate is starting to list items, and I'm having her work through my little mess back stock here that I've been accumulating for a few months for this very training. And so I thought I'd briefly go through these items, where I got them and a little bit about them and why I bought them. These first three are from a toy show, and I tried to get the best of the best and not pay too much. Sometimes best of the best doesn't mean that you get the best quality, you get the best bargain. These are a couple, I think they're Izettas or whatever they are. No, they're not Izettas. What the heck are they called? I can't recall right now, but I've had these before. Not Messerschmitts. Somebody will put it in there. Anyway, they're little tin toys. They're cute. I don't think I paid too much for them. I don't know if I'll sell them together or separately. Probably separately. Again, just a sort of a hole in the toy system. Well, I don't know what I'm going to make on something like this. Probably double my money, but little slot car that I thought was cool. In fact, it's a Mercedes, so I thought that was cool. We've already talked a little bit about the UHU submarine car. Somebody put the brand down on the video that I first showed a picture of this. It's in a probably 6 out of 10 shape. It could be restored. These things mint. This particular one mint goes for $1,500, $2,000, maybe even more. It's fairly scarce for this line of toys, this manufacturer. I'm going to need to revisit what this will go for, but I paid a couple $100, and it should be a double or a triple, or maybe depends on how long I want to wait on something like this. On something like this, I'm typically, if I paid $5 for it and just stumbled on it, I might put it at auction, or I might want to flip it quicker. Since I paid up a little bit, I will probably wait for the right price. Kate grabbed this. I don't know if we'll sell this alone, but part of the training is helping her decide what should be sold individually and what should be sold in a lot. We haven't inventoried it. It's a train bridge of sorts, and I have a bunch of train items. So if this doesn't sell alone, which I think it may not because of the shipping cost, so we'll look that up. I think it originally sold for $1. Oh, compare it $1.49 at Anderson's. Here it's $1.22, something like that. Well, I don't know how to read that, but it's got a little age on it. It's cool, but I think we'll probably lot it up with some other buildings, which I have over in the stack. We'll do that. So what we did here is I had her put 10 items. I had her just go pick 10 items. This one was really cool. It says $30 on it. I actually bundled it with some other stuff. I'll leave that sticker on there for a minute, although we can find this one. It is an original 1972 model, which is always good. I opened it up at the time to see condition. I will buy models that are not complete, because you can always sell those in a lot. Oh, come on. Okay, so I was wondering, what's this bag in here? Maybe I put that in there for stuff not to shake, but no, look at that. There's a dealership type car in there. We'll have to get to that one later. That's always fun to find a little extra that you forgot about. So I'll have to inventory this, but you know, a 1-minute glance was everything is on the trees. I saw the decals, I saw the instructions. The people that I bought it from seemed reputable, and they said it was all there, so this will go pretty good. This is a pretty neat model by Revell or Revel, I used to call them. I don't know which. Next, partially made or mostly made model from Aurora. I like picking up the 1950s and the 1960s stuff no matter what, as long as I can get the right price. So we'll see what that will list out for. I bought a lot of thermometers, And these were quite interesting. I haven't run into too many of these. This one's from Jackson Dairy, Marshalltown, Iowa. And it's got the little thermometer in there, and it's got a picture scene. And it's some kind of glass that has a reflection on it. There's a name for that. I don't know what it is. And then the rest is on sort of a chipboard and would hang up. It'd be a perk when you get milk from the milkman or something like that. Age on that, I don't know. That could go all the way back to maybe the 30s or 40s, 50s, something like that. Pretty neat. Value, not sure. Didn't pay a lot. Let's just say that. This one is in nicer condition. Not sure value-wise if it's nicer. It is Morningstar Dairy out of Beatrice, Nebraska. Phone 558. That tells you it goes back if your phone number is just 558. That's kind of neat. Again, you got the thermometer. That one looks like it's working. That one looks like it's working. Again, kind of a perk probably for doing some business with the dairy. Might have been a lot of these at one time. I haven't seen them or haven't recognized them. They are online. You can look these up. Now this one is more common, or at least more recognizable. It is a working RC metal barrel Crown Cola in pretty good condition. That again, I didn't pay a lot. I think I paid this in a rain gauge, a metal rain gauge that is not out here right now. Gosh, 20 bucks, 25 bucks, something like that. And this one alone will go for over 100, so that's good. Something like that. Okay. And then the last two things that we do on the shoot up here, and this may or may not change. Benjamin takes the finished inventory and he's putting numbers on it and date codes and bin codes, and then he's putting it downstairs in the inventory. His duties probably will expand a little bit as he gets more comfortable with doing all that. I have to oversee it to make sure he's not changing the listings too much. When you go into any listing body, you stand the chance of ruining or wrecking the formatting, so we're having some training on that. Don't mess with the formatting, don't mess with the templates, da-da-da-da-da. And then the other thing that we do on the shoot up here is just general triage sort. For us, it's camera stuff. So we'll bring a couple totes of camera stuff up here, or Wheeler will, and he'll go 2 directions with it, or 3 directions. One, stuff for him to list. He's listing stuff $50 or higher. Then there's the good items that are below $50 that we may list, Kate and I, or Banana Peeler, and we may lot some of those up. And then there's probably a pile. He doesn't throw much away. He lets me do that, but we throw away a bunch of stuff too. There's just old camera bags and certain items that, you know, are too moldy or too dirty or just nobody wants them, obsolete technology. So that's what we do with the shoot up here. Now I got to go dig out my desk. I have 2 book reports to finish with the younger children. Then I'm done with my school year. And Mondays, I'm sure there's plenty to do. All right, well, you know, you can't always get, got my coffee, can't always get out of a Monday morning without a few problems, potential problems, issues, whatever. So, Endicia, our print server, label printer, address checker, information keeper that we use. I like it. I've used it for a long time. Says error, blah, blah, blah. Too many sign-ins. Somebody's trying to break into your account or whatever. We have, let's see what they say here. Suspended your account due to multiple Login attempts with an incorrect passphrase. So I have to call him and see if I can get restored here before we can print orders. Okay, we got on hold with them for just a couple minutes and got it sorted out. I guess they say that somebody with an account one number off could be trying to get into their account and by mistake entering the wrong phrase. Maybe they're on the road or who knows, but should be all ready to go. Let's see. What do we got?
Seems to be working.
Well, yeah, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the
There.
the proof is in the smiley face, right?
Yeah.
We good?
Yep.
All right. Oh, so those kind of things happen from time to time. A lot of them are no big deal, but when you're running an online business, obviously there's passwords and security and all that kind of stuff, and it is a concern, and there are technology challenges, and sometimes you actually have to make a phone call, of course, to talk to somebody. I'm still going through it, but switching addresses, oh my gosh. You know, the last time I moved was like 10 or 11, 12 years ago, and the internet was not as complicated. They didn't have as much paperless billing, and you know, accounts weren't all tied together quite as much. You can really tell the difference when 10 years later you move again and try to update all your addresses online with eBay and PayPal and banking and all that kind of stuff. It's such a rat's nest. Oh, some are really easy and some are super linked, and so I wasn't prepared for that part of the move. So there's the physical move, and then there's the online move, and some of it you can stage and not do all at once, and it just feels a little like you're caught in the middle of where you were and where you're here with your online presence too. And so I don't really have any hints or stories that are that exciting, but wow, what a whirlwind. So I think we're over the hump, but I still have my list, and every time I pay a bill or every time I do something, shipping or things like that, I have to check, did I change those addresses to my new address? You know, I'm looking over my shoulder, or are they looking at me at my old place, my new place? It's pretty amazing. So not recommended. Back to piddling around a little bit. All right, well, Banana Peeler reminded me we have our Monday meeting, so this is actually our second board meeting, and somebody said third. We got some wise guys in the meeting. So one thing that we've started to do, you know, I do talk to everybody involved, and I talk to the rest of the family about business all the time, unfortunately, or fortunately. But it's like passing in the stairway, or, you know, one at a time, that kind of thing. So we started having a once a week short meeting just to vent out some things that are going on, get everybody on the same page, share some numbers. And I'm not a big person for meeting after meeting after meeting. I used to have to do that when I was corporate. But these guys love meetings, right?
Yeah.
What do you got going over there? Just brought your toys?
Yeah.
So Benjamin and Jacob, and then others run a little later.
Yep.
What's the deal?
They're always late.
Always late. We've got
11.
11 and 2 seconds, and we're still missing two people.
Bidding function.
Okay, number 3, if you don't count me, has showed up apparently.
Professional business meeting.
Yeah. I'm gonna make an announcement on camera about this motley crew, but
Yeah, I didn't realize the chair spun.
Oh.
Used it.
there's Kate.
Use the
Let's
spinning
see. Let's
function.
check the clock here. Let's do one of. How do you do that? I can't do that with this
Oh
thing.
man, watch this stupid.
11:04. I'm supposed to go like put my watch out and tap it with my finger, but with this camera setup, I can't.
Yeah.
Kate's making rice milk instead of coming to our meeting.
The watch is magnetized, and it says it's like 11:30 right now.
That's a lie.
And Wheeler has trouble with his watches. That's why he's late.
I need to buy a new. I need to buy a watch demagnetizer.
Yeah, that's like aluminum magnet. Nobody even has that.
Yeah.
Okay, just imagine that meeting. All right, Kate, how'd it go? Yay, the thumbs up. So we listed 4, 5, 6, 7 items. We've got 3 left. Let me show you what we listed here. Of course, I showed these before. Everything listed out pretty good. This turns out to be a pretty nice model. It's all in there complete. We listed that at $79.99 plus shipping. The car is missing the windshield. The, what is it, Aquaman car?
Oh, it's a policeman.
Policeman. No, it's what's amphibious
Amphibian.
vehicle, amphibious car. It's missing this crazy big ugly windshield, and when you wind this thing up, this guy is supposed to like spin around and the wheels spin around. That doesn't work very well, if at all. So there's a couple of them out there for $1,500 or more, and then there's some for $1,100 that they take. Yeah, we can do that. $1,100, and they took an offer or something from Italy. So we priced this one for realistic consumption at $499. Hey, I'm trying to do a video. I know you're excited because you're at the park for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Okay, so $499 plus shipping. These other ones are smaller, lighter priced items and good training items. Okay. So that's it for today. Gonna go for a walk with wifey and wind down. I've got some other things I'm working on. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your questions. I read them all. I know I'm not answering them online. We will have a question and answer type situation with Wheeler in a week or so, and we'll take all the questions we can get before and now, and we'll try to answer those. Those typically go a few hours. We're willing to do it that way. My daughter's so wound up, my younger one. Sometimes it's like, is she the wind-up toy? Okie dokie, pick well list often. Dealer and Kate and my younger daughter, the wind-up toy, out.
Phone us.
What? Are you following us around?
Yeah.
Why are these things following us?
I